As a storm forms and heads towards land, it's up to meteorologists to inform you, whether it be from your local TV station or the National Weather Service. It's those same Mets at the NWS who issue warnings and watches to help protect you.
A watch and a warning are based on the timeline of expectation of potential impact. So watches are typically issued beyond 24 hours out, all the way out to 72 hours out in a situation where the hurricane is well defined and the track is also fairly well defined. Warnings are typically issued within 24 to 48 hours, 1 to 2 days. But in circumstances where the storm is well defined, the intensity is expected to increase or is already maintained, and the track is pretty well in hand, they may extend that warning period out to 60 hours in advance, which is 2.5 days.
With 3 National Weather Service offices along the coast tracking storms, Texas is prepared for any type of storm. Technology plays a big role, and this year, the NWS is able to follow storms better than ever before.
At the weather offices on land, we have a weather balloon, and attached to that balloon is a radio sonde, which measures the atmospheric profile of wind, temperature, pressure, and humidity from the surface up to 20 miles. We also can use satellite measurements that are thermally active, which can give you a sense of the temperature and even the wind down to or near the surface. That can help determine A, what the wind speeds might be, and if there is a closed circulation, which would define the beginning of a cyclone as a tropical depression or higher.
But even with their eyes on the ground, they still need eyes in the sky.
We also now are deploying drones into the eye to help sample the seas and the pressure, because the static instability of the ocean can help determine what the content of salt is, which may help to determine whether it's intensifying or not.
Hurricane hunters are responsible for dropping those drones. And we actually have hurricane hunter Nick Underwood, who is the program integration engineer for the NOAA Hurricane Hunters. He's been flying through hurricanes for over 6 years and has experienced big named storms including Harvey, Michael, Laura, and Ian. Nick, can you tell us what it's like to fly through a hurricane?
I always liken it to being on a wooden roller coaster that is inside of an automatic car wash. And so there's lots of vibration, there's lots of getting bounced around, there's wind and rain slapping against the windows, and that's as you're going through the storm.
Oh, there goes the signs. There goes the beds. Holy cow.
Once you break into the eye, especially for larger hurricanes, categories 3 and above, then you get clear skies above, no turbulence, the winds drop to pretty much nothing, and it becomes just like any other commercial flight.
What are you measuring, and where is that information going?
We're deploying expendables that we call drop sondes from the aircraft, so as we're flying through the storm, we're launching those. As they're falling to the ocean, they're collecting pressure, temperature, humidity, wind speed, and wind direction data. We have probes on the wing of the aircraft that are measuring all kinds of flight level data, the winds, the pressures, the temperatures, all of that stuff that goes into how that storm is developing and ultimately where it's going to get steered to. And all of the data that we're collecting gets sent to the National Hurricane Center and other forecasters in real time. And so the spaghetti plot model, the data that feeds those forecasts, comes from our aircraft and all the instruments that we have on board.
What are hurricane hunters working towards in the future?
We're continuing to work towards a 7-day forecast, and that gives you a whole week of, hey, this is probably where the storm is going to go. And so the better we can do, the more time, the more preparation we can give to people, the more lives we can save, the better people can prepare their homes and communities.